Whoa! Hey, do you mind if I take a few moments of your time to talk to you about all this RPG news that's happening right now? You don't? Well, let's talk about it. Well, before we get into all the JRPG news, I just have a few announcements to say that I finally beat Stellar Blade. Hey, yeah! That game was an amazing roller coaster of a ride, and it was an amazing ride in general. The last two bosses, the last few bosses, fuck them. Oh my god, they were some nightmare fuel bosses that took me hours. I recorded it by myself with some good old peaceful calm tea, and it almost literally broke me. And it was a fun time. I raged out, I fanned out, it gave me the satisfaction, and now I'm playing New Game Plus, and it was a fun, freaking amazing time. But those videos will be up on the second channel if you want to watch that, but I'll be doing a whole compilation of the videos on the main channel when that is available. But speaking about Stellar Blade has reached 1 million sales in these sales charts. Shipped Up has announced that they will also be releasing a photo mode with some new costumes within August and then October with new outfits, and they are just happy that this game is doing so much success, which shows the game is phenomenal. It's a great action Souls-like game with a sexy character and just fun overall gameplay mechanics that can be a little hit or miss towards the end, but whatever the case, it's a fun game, and I'm glad that it's doing really good numbers. There is also supposed to be a crossover with Nikke, where we're supposed to be getting Nikke outfits within Stellar Blade, because there's going to be a crossover with Nikke that Stellar Blade characters will be in Nikke, which I'm a fan of both games, so I'm definitely looking forward to both of those. The next one isn't really an RPG at all. It's a gacha game. However, I am very excited about it, so I had to talk about it, which is Yuma Musume Pretty Derby is getting the English version of this game. This game came out in 2021, a while back, and it didn't have an English translation at all. And it's pretty much a idle horse racing girl game that you race with your girls and have them sing on a stage. It's simple, it's cute, it's fun. There was an anime that came out not too long ago, and I'm glad that this is finally getting an English dub, because I wanted to play it more off and just as like a side thing as I play it. But now that it has an English dub, or it's going to have an English version, I'm probably going to be able to play it a lot more and understand what the heck I'm doing, because I don't know that much about racing or horses, but the characters are cute and I like the way the game played, so I'm looking forward to playing this when it does come out. Moving into the next quickie news is that the director of The Witch in the 100th Night Labyrinth of Reframe has left NIS, Nippon Ichi Software. And no explanation why he left. Maybe he was just tired that his games wasn't getting the repetition that he wanted, or maybe they were getting censored. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe he wanted to do something else, but he made a brand new company, 26 Works, not really explaining what he's going to be doing or what plans he has for this new company, or if it is a new company. He's just trying to do his own thing. So that's cool. So I guess we'll keep an eye on that for whenever he decides to do something else or something new pops up in the similar style to what he already did before. And I'm wishing him all the best. The next quickie we gotta talk about is Eden Zero, the second anime from Hiro Mashishima, and it is the space adventure of Shinji and Rebecca trying to go through the space of finding Mother, and if they do find her, their wishes will come true. And it's finally been announced that it's still in development from Konami, and it's going to be an action JRPG that has a lot of potential of being really good. This is kind of a year for Hiro Mashishima's games, coming out from this to Fairy Tail 2, and we're getting Farmagia, which we'll be talking about later in this video. But there's a few new announcements that's going to be known about the game, where you'll be able to relive through the original story. You can fight in an immersive battles. The genre is going to be a 3D action RPG, which we already know. You can adventure through across various planets and it can explore an open world of Blue Garden, which is the vast hub of the world, the main hub, but like also maybe be able to travel through space. I'm assuming that it is Konami, that is going to have some vibes of the Suikoden franchise, where you'll be able to go through different planets and recruit your favorite characters on your team or people part of the main crew, and you know, you'll be able to just do a fancy, nice, good adventure, high action packed adventure. How many times did I say adventure? I don't know, but the game seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. We haven't had a Konami-based JRPG since the Suikoden, which we're still waiting for 1 and 2 remake to come out. Hopefully, will lead into Suikoden 4 coming out, but that's here and there for this video. But I am very excited for Eden Zero. I really do love Eden Zero. Waiting for Season 2 to come out, but I really do love Eden Zero. It was a fun, nice adventure of a boy who was kind of left alone on a planet, was found by a girl, similar to another anime I know. But regardless, they go on an adventure, searching through the galaxy and trying to find an ancient being that could probably give them a wish, but also just to see that it's real. And it's a fun adventure, and I hope once we get more information about it, maybe it'll be something I am going to play. Now moving into an interesting topic about a new Chinese action RPG, Fate Seeker 2, which is coming to PS5 July 4th. Now this game was already released on Steam November 22nd, 2021, and now it's going to be getting a PS5 exclusive release. Now, I don't know if PlayStation is helping them fund the game to make it come to PS5. I'm assuming they are in some ways, but it does say that it's going to get a full English translation for the game, and it's going to be a little bit more polished up for the PS5, and it's going to get, I think, the free update for Steam as well. But, you know, it seems like PlayStation is definitely putting in a lot of money into other types of companies to bring in these other action JRPGs like Stellar Blade, like another game we're going to be talking about a little bit later. And it's, you know, kind of cool, but also it is kind of weird to see what direction PlayStation is going in. Are they going more in this Dark Souls, high action pace type of vibe, or are they trying to move away from their narrative driven characters type of vibe? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but regardless of the fact, Fate Seeker looks fun. It's a fun action-packed adventure that uses fast-paced motion gameplay, but it still is like a point and click. It looks like it. I haven't played it. I haven't looked that much into it. I'm just excited that we're getting a new type of JRPG, or action RPG, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what this is about. I don't know the first game. I've never even heard of this game, but it looks cool nonetheless. The storyline of Fate Seeker 2 tells the tale of Zahyu, the rebellious youth whose unwavering determination guides him through challenging paths of growth and rebellion. Zhao Yu lost his parents when he was young. Fueled by the sad loss of his family, his heart burns with a strong sense of justice. Inspired by his parents' bravery against corruption, he promises to make villains pay for what they did. Honoring his ancestors' good deeds, Zhang Yu is determined to cleanse the land of corruption and converting the dishonest officials. It looks like a fun, nice but retelling to claim back the corruption that it is part of this story, and it looks like it's going to be a fun, nice adventure. Now we gotta talk about a game that's been trapped on digital stores for almost 5 years that is finally getting a physical release in a limited edition version, which is Touhou Luna of Night. After a 5-year anniversary for the game, they are finally releasing a physical edition. A soundtrack, an art book, and a couple other goodies that's going to be along with it. It's going to be releasing in North America and Europe for Nintendo Switch and PS5. There's no release date on when it's going to be coming out, but it's supposed to be coming out sometime later this year. And I'm loving it. This game originally came out in 2019. It's a first time for the series that has not been an arm rail shooter, and it's a Metroidvania type of game that is very inspired from Hollow Knight, and it takes a really good, fun, high action-packed version of Toho, and I like it. I like the vibe for it. I am not good at the game whatsoever because I'm not really good at Metroidvanias, but I love the vibe of the game. I love the feel of the game. It's very intense and very high thinking action, feels like a Metroidvania type of game, and it looks good. I'm glad that we're finally getting a physical release, and whenever the limited edition does get an announcement, I might probably a short about it, or I'll make another post about it eventually. And speaking of a game coming back from the past, we gotta talk about Lollipop Chainsaw, the game that came out originally in 2012, and now is getting a remake of the game, and it's supposed to have a brand new polish, a brand new look, and well, somewhat brand new look, and much more better controls. The original game had slightly janky controls that was still fun to play, but it was very rough around the edges. But it's supposed to improve all that, and it's supposed to be the same fun as time that we had before. You got Juliet, who is the vampire hunter cheerleader, who is very experienced at wielding a chainsaw for some reason, and she loves lollipops, hence the name. And it's coming back, and it's going to be nice and cool. The only odd thing about the game is that it's going to have a physical release everywhere else, but for us in America, it's going to be released through limited run games. It's coming out for the Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X, and it looks like it's going to be a really reasonable price, which is $50. I cannot argue with that. The most important part is that the director has said that this game will not be censored, because that has been a high demand for PlayStation games right now, is that games need to stop being censored. What is the point of the mature rating if they're going to get censored anyway? Like, kids are not supposed to be playing it. Who are you protecting, Sony? So the director has definitely stated that the game will not be censored, and you'll be able to play the game as intended. Everybody will be able to play the game as intended, the way it's meant to be played. So I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that news. I'm here for it. I'm probably going to be playing this, even though it's not a JRPG, but it's a hack and slash. But it's a classic game from the old past that serves my fan service roots. Next, we're going to talk about Ros Wandering, a fun, cute little game where you got to use your relationships that could possibly change the outcome of the ending. This game is going to be coming to the Switch and PC on August 16th, and is getting a collector's edition as well. You're going to be able to get a copy of the game, the steel case, a pin set, a double-sided poster, a keychain, and a sticker sheet, which is really, really cool. The protagonists can't recall why they are running, and after discovering a mysterious mirror, they suddenly get enveloped in a bright light. Upon waking up, they find themselves inside a tent outside of town. Despite this being their first time in town, they feel like they know everyone. In a nostalgic town, the protagonist grows through their interactions with everyone. So essentially, it's a protagonist that lost his memory or don't know why they're here, but somehow they have a connection to everyone around them. And through their connections through everyone, they'll be able to discover the outcome of why they got sucked up through a mirror or had this light envelop them, and be able to grow the relationship with different characters, which I kind of like. I like a little bit of dating sims in my action JRPGs where your actions do matter for the outcome of the ending. And I like that it's going to also be getting a Japanese and English translation, and it's going to be getting a collector's edition, which I'm very surprised. I just learned about this cute action RPG, and I'm here for it. Next, we gotta talk about Riveria, the Promised Land. At the behest of the Hector, who is the one of the seven Magi, the grim angel Een and his familiar Rose, along with another grim angel named Death, all head to Riveria, an island floating in Asgard. This game first launched on February 28th on Switch, and then later came out May 29th for mobile, and it was only available in Japan. now is going to be available worldwide via Steam, and it looks like it's going to be a fun turn-based action JRPG with a lot of different functionalities that you can do within the game. I never heard about this game. I just learned about it today, and it looks like it's a fun, nice JRPG that I could definitely get behind. The story seems like it's fun and rich with a lot of good, like, trying to overcome this villainess that is trying to take over the world, and it looks like it's going to be a fun, nice little tale. So I might have to look into this for this PC version. Maybe if they might do a Switch version that will eventually get a physical release, who knows? But if it does, I will definitely let you know in due time. Next, we're going to talk about Magna. I've talked about this game a lot on this channel, and I am really hoping this game succeeds. And with the extended trailer that they released, it shows that they really want people to understand the theme and feel about this game, where you're going to be farming a lot of your monsters and using those monsters to help you fight in battle. They showed a lot more about the story, about that is a corrupt kingdom that's trying to take over the world, and through the power of friendship, as these games typically have to do with Hiro Mashishima's works. This game looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to add a lot of that cozy farming vibe with a good JRPG action, JRPG feel, and I'm here for it. I don't know, it's not going to be like a game that breaks the wheel or do something too super grand, but it does look like it's going to be a fun, nice adventure. It also got announced for an anime production, so that's cool. And I'm glad for Hiro Mashishima. He's doing some wonders right now. He's really putting a lot of his foot forward for a lot of his projects with Eden Zero, Fairy Tail 2, and now Magna, that is also going to be coming out November 1st. So I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. The extended trailer was a very fun and intuitive on new things that we need to talk about. Maybe I might do a breakdown of its own video, but I feels like we already know enough about this game, and I'm just ready to play it. Ready? I'm not cutting it out. That's just going to stay in the video. And the last game we're going to be talking about today is AI Limit. This game got announced early this year to be coming out sometime in 2024, which I feels like they should release it, the release date sometime now, because we're already halfway through the year. So the only time it could come out is either August or September or October, maybe November. But I mean, I don't feels like if it doesn't get announced soon, I feels like this might get pushed back to 2025. Now this game looks amazing. It definitely feels like a Souls-like type game. The producer of the game did sit down to talk about the inspirations for the game, definitely drawing from Bloodborne and Souls-like kind of games that has that slow, fast-paced kind of action for it. But it also has that feel of where you don't really have to understand the story to play the game. You can just go in, and if you don't talk to any NPC, you can still have a fun and magical time. You mostly find out about the story through other NPCs in the world. It only has a few set like cutscene elements. It even goes so far to change a little bit of the Souls-like, where it's not souls that you're collecting or stamina, it's sync energy. So even though that this game is going to be inspired from Bloodborne, it's doing some things that's a little bit different from other Souls-like games, where they replace the stamina with a sync rate, which they will use to encourage players to do more focused, quick thinking and adaptability in combat, because you're going to be moving quite fast within combat, and they want you to be able to ease into the combat than the normal Souls-like slow build that most Souls games have. AI Limit has such a really cool aesthetic and style, which shows because it is inspired from Ghost in the Shell and Akira, which is very surprising because a lot of people don't really remember Akira or Ghost in the Shell nowadays, which I would love to get a game of that. But the game looks fun, it looks intuitive, it looks crazy as a Souls-like game. I mean, I just got done being Stellar Blade, and I don't know if I'm ready for another Souls-like game, but the fact that it won't do everything like a Souls-like game, and will have more of an action RPG kind of feel to it, makes me want to try to get into this game. However, I am very worried because after the last few bosses I fought in Stellar Blade, I'm kind of like, you know what? I think I'm good. I had my fill of action RPGs that's kicking my ass and making me rage and be frustrated. I want to go back to the nice good old JRPGs that's turn-based, that's simple. I can get strong, I can get overpowered, have my boobas and fan service and my strong guys and be awesome at it. And not feel like a bitch when I run away and try to not fight the main boss or anything like that. Either way, one thing that is interesting is that Sony is involved with the project. Sony offers project management advice and opportunities for the market exposure and brand promotion, which are very important to us. Sony Interactive also provides middleware Q&A and support, plus consulting from PlayStation Studios of all for free. I deeply appreciate it. So even though it seems like this game will be a PS5 and PC exclusive, however, maybe the fact that PlayStation is helping them with it is helping the project move a lot further than it normally is. So it doesn't say that it is going to come out for Xbox or Switch or any other platform right now, so it's only stated to be coming out for PS5 and PC. Again, this goes into the statement that I made earlier in the video where PlayStation is taking their time to invest in a lot of these action JRPG type games, and because it works, it definitely is heavy around Elden Ring right now, and that kind of stigma is kind of moving ways in the gaming industry right now. So a lot of games are borrowing that Stellar Blade and Elden Ring kind of gameplay where you have a nice female protagonist who is very quick and high passion action that can do a lot of things. It does seem like this is the place that Sony is really putting their money into, and I'm interested for it. We get good products at the end of it, and I like that Sony is trying to help these smaller creators and developers who probably wouldn't be able to get their games out as fast without that Sony backing, but still allowing them to put their games on PC where other people can actually play the game more worldwide. I feels like more games should follow that philosophy of not being exclusive to one console, but being able to be multi-platinum from the PC and the PS5 version. It allows more people to explore your game and have fun with the game when there's more options to play. That is pretty much all the news that I wanted to talk about. There was a lot to cover and a lot of new announcements of new games that I have never heard about, but I'm now intrigued on where they go and when they do come out, how they will be once I do try to play them. I try to keep up to date with all the RPGs and JRPGs that I'm interested in, just in RPGs in general. I love talking about this type of stuff, and I like sharing it with you guys just in case you guys haven't heard about it like I did and are interested in these type of games. There's always talks about all kinds of JRPGs, so if I can give a little word on that one JRPG that doesn't get a lot of coverage, then I'm here for it. But regardless of the case, let me know what you guys are most excited for from anything in this video, from Lollipop Chainsaw, Toho, from the new AI Limit, or Riveria, or anything else I talked about, or if there's something I missed and you would like me to do a another deep dive of that particular game, let me know down in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Join my Discord if you want to talk to me about other JRPG or Pokemon or anything else, or click this video if you want to see me talk about all the figures that came out for Smile Fest 2024. And I will see you guys in the next video next time. Deuces!